Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rex, and that is a square bottle. Is it Jack Daniels?
Oh yeah, by the way, the last episode was also
That is not
Graeme Horner. This is, we bastarded him. This is also Graeme Horner.
But it's glass.
Yeah.
Stepping up.
What?
Graeme Horner, you may give us it.
Bastard.
So this is a Specs specific whiskey.
Oh. So they do these in different ways, I think, my understanding, at least from what I know about how they do things internally at places like Total Wine, which is another liquor store chain here in Texas.
Right.
Sometimes they'll just like pick something. There's not a lot of staff involvement from the company. And other times they'll send out like a team of people, like employees, as a bonus for good performance.
Yeah.
Do we know any kind of background as to how they chose it, or did they?
No, they just picked it. C.B. Jackson is founder of Specs, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, all right.
And he made it in honor of his grandfather, J.N. Jackson.
Yes.
Don't know who it is. Maybe it's Barton, because it does say it's Bardstown.
Yes.
Bottled in Bardstown. Anyway, the Winship Company. They always look. Everyone needs distilleries. I feel like they have a whole department that all they do is start new companies. Right? And they've got like 150 companies under one umbrella, and it's like, I want to work to source some things, guys. All right, who do we want to bottle this one? Just blindly throw a dart at a wall, and it's like, the Winship Company's going to bottle this one. Mm-hmm. Let's do the paperwork.
Now, I will say, though, stepped up to the glass.
Yeah.
And 43%.
Yep.
Not 40.
Right. And it is a straight bourbon with no age statement, as far as I can see.
So technically,
it's at least 4.
Well, allegedly. That's something that's pretty common to slip through the cracks.
Yeah, but this is a Specs.
Okay.
I would think they'd be more likely to get that one right.
Oh, that's a nice thick body on the nose for a 43%.
I'm going to tell you, I'm anticipating just a damn good budget bourbon.
Okay.
As opposed to like a filler.
So you know what the true criteria is? Because the horrors of Graeme Horner have shown us that if there's anything nice in one of these really, really dirt cheap plastic bottle whiskeys,
Law of diminishing returns after every sip.
You get a first sip, and that's going to be the nicest thing you experience, because every time you go back, you've acclimated to that niceness, and then the stuff that you find is less and less good.
Let's really appreciate that
Here
moment
we go.
in case we don't get it back.
Right. All right.
Oh, there is a wood note on the nose.
Yeah, woody, oaky, cherry apple. Very, very traditional flavors on this nose.
Oh, a little bit of character, a little bit of earth and grain, caramel, there's the cherry, and then it sort of lingers as a slight tannin, but not overly dry.
Yeah.
This is what we experienced with Private Cellar initially. It's like, that's fun. Yeah, I would decant that.
I would say I'm getting not quite double the complexity right out of the gate.
Yeah.
As the Private Cellar.
Yeah, definitely more complex.
Nicer finish, too. The Private Cellar, about halfway through, it fell off the cliff and became really thin. Even in that first sip. This, it's still staying there.
You like that?
Yeah. No, this is nice.
That was my fell off a cliff maneuver.
Well, you eventually go, it's more of a down.
Well, eventually you hit the ground. That's why I'm leveling out.
But you slide? You slide?
I guess it depends on your forward
if
momentum.
You hurl yourself.
Yeah, off
you
the
hit
cliff.
the ground with momentum, like the body meat would just kind of like.
That's true. Or if you just fell straight, then it's more of a.
Yeah.
With fingers spread.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this is more of a. I think it slides.
That's what you do with like you ever see those wingsuits?
Oh yeah.
Those are amazing.
Those guys definitely slide.
So I got this, like the Oculus Quest 2.
Oh yeah.
It came out late last year. It's a VR thing. Yeah, it's just a few $100.
Do you get to do the wing thing?
Well, I'm saying. So I'm doing some Oculus games. And I was going through as a scanning it randomly, and there's the wingsuit guys. And you start off in the helicopter, right?
Is it fun?
This is really cool. And then they got like the VR camera strapped, and you're like, yeah, it's good.
So do you get to control anything, or are you just along for the ride? It feels like you're there.
So here's the thing. In that video, no, because it's just a video.
Okay.
It's a guy with a camera.
So you're just along for the ride.
But they have games. I think there's one called Climb 2, which may have some stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Whiskey.
let's see if it diminished.
On the nose, still holds up.
Mm-hmm. No, still there. Just as strong. A little more herbal now.
I find more of herbal vanilla.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it held up.
It did shift gears, though.
Notice that what happens every time is the sweetened notes linger.
Yes.
While the complexity drops slightly every sip.
I will say, it held up. It's still nice, but it did shift gears, and the notes that you're noticing as the most prominent notes, they're a little different than the first sip.
That's an interesting trend.
Yeah.
That every new sip on these budget things, the sugar holds up, but the complexity doesn't.
Okay, so the third sip, I think, is really going to be the determining factor, because in those previous horrors via Graeme Horner, it was about the third and fourth sip where we could tell absolutely this is falling apart.
Yeah. Nose is still the same. A little more brittle.
Yeah, it's more brittle, a little thinner. But the main core of that, wow, you know what? It did miss a step.
About halfway through now.
It's still nice. I get more of like a sweetened tea note.
And then the finish keeps coming up closer and closer to the first sip.
I'm going to say this. It is better
Than the other ones.
than Private Cellar and Bellows.
Yeah.
It's in a different league.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what do we know a rough price point on this?
$10.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's the same spectrum of grading curve for the others. This is the one you're reaching for at that price point.
Right.
For $10, come on. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice for $10.
I mean, that's a fast food meal.
So is that,
Or two.
You're
on the last.
All right, here we go. Al Trinidad Jr. Why do so many of my favorite whiskeys add E150? Because a lot of people that are more casual, I'm assuming, make an assumption about you, but more casual about drinking whiskey, whenever they see a very light color, they associate that with a lack of quality or flavor.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
Well, the shortest version is they're appealing to a mass market as opposed to a whiskey community.
It's a marketing decision the same way that the bottle design and the label and all that stuff is marketing decisions. Good news is we've actually had, I think it was my mind palace is being accessed. It was Dalmore. I believe we had Dalmore.
Yeah. No food coloring?
Yeah, E150 version and then the exact same Dalmore with no E150. So you could do A-B comparison. And the E150, as best we can tell, it doesn't really detract flavor-wise. It just does feel kind of like a shitty thing. But just know, it's not for you. It's for the people that they need it to be a dark color so they can feel good about it for some weird reason.
I can't find it.
I prefer it without it because I like seeing what color the whiskey is naturally.
Yeah, me too.
But I get why a lot of these distillers do it. They're trying. It's a business, and they're trying to make money. And a lot of people just base it on appearances like that.
Yeah.
I noticed you just poured the... See, I'm here bringing value.
This is the value. Value product.
Here, then. You take my value, I'll take this value.
That's fair.
Wait, what? What's...
Longmorn.
That's the Longmorn?
That's the Longmorn 16.
How is this a Longmorn? This isn't the Longmorn.
Yeah, it's the 16-year-old, but it's a single barrel
Hold on a
at
second.
cask strength. No. Yeah.
All right, this is throwing off the Longmorn. Don't drink Longmorn coming off the heels of a budget thing. I just get a really cheap vanilla on that Longmorn right now. Derek Ho, hey MBs. I've never tried anything from Campbelltown. What should I start with?
I think that's a great question because Campbelltown can be a struggle to get into. Springbank is just like, hefty.
Yeah.
I would recommend Hazelburn,
Okay.
which is from the Springbank distillery, but it's their unpeated line.
Okay. Yeah, keep talking. I'm doing the Longmorn.
Longmorn, yeah, right. So good. Hazelburn. Start with Hazelburn. Right?
God, the finish just explodes.
Yes. This is what cask strength Longmorn tastes like.
It just hangs on forever.
One of 286 bottles.
So,
Distilled my senior year of high school, 1996.
96? I was 99. Yeah. You want to know the only reason I know that? Because I'm horrible with dates. It's just
Because you're going to party like it's 1999?
No, well, there's that.
Yeah.
There's the music that came out.
Yeah.
And it's just so dumb. Because we're in like high school.
Wow, this is feeling intimate all of a
This
sudden.
is very cringy and embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
Because the saying amongst my small town Texas high school, school is cool, sex is fine, we're the class of 99.
Oh God. Really?
Yeah, that was.
School is cooler than sex.
No, school is cool. No,
Sex is
we're just
fine.
making like these blanket statements about things.
Yeah.
And kids are the worst.
You know what my senior class song was that we walked off the
Oh, go ahead.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
We got fun and games.
What was the
Yeah.
really good. Our class song? What was the one with Green Day? Down the lonely road.
I don't remember Green Day at all. That was your high school song, huh?
No, maybe not.
The CB Jackson's all right.
I'm finding
Sorry,
this.
Specs.
We're gonna do this. Green Day. Oh, Time of Your Life.
Oh, of
Time
course.
of Your Life.
Of course it was Time of Your
Yeah,
Life.
Time of Your Life. That's the school song, and then. Things in your mind.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
that's
remember that song.
Probably still got copyright.
I don't know the rest of it.
You don't know it. Okay. School, sex is fun.
Oh, God.
Here's
That's so bad,
It
yeah.
is the worst. Here's to fighting, stealing, and
If
drinking.
you fight me, fight for a friend.
Small town Texas. Look, it was either cow tipping or that. If you do something, may you do something else.
Sex is fine.
I know. I'm very aware of how much this sucked.
If you drink, may you drink with us.